And so I would ask you to observe a minute's silence.
We should hold a minute of silence.
A minute's silence.
Grazie. Grazie. Grazie.
Thank you.
Grazie.
Hi. Now is the part of the show when I should tell jokes about current events and how the EU is failing to deal with them. But I can't. Because, to be honest, we wrote this bit months ago. And things have changed a bit since January. By the time you see this, who knows how many dictators will be in charge of EU member states? Or what will be left of the economy? Or whether Italy will still exist? All I can tell you for sure is that air travel will continue as normal. So don't worry. Even if the world ends, Lufthansa will survive. And Frontex planes will keep surveilling EU borders. Still without picking up any passengers, of course. So this season 1 will have to focus only on timeless topics, like what do my representatives actually do? And who the hell are they actually? Things that citizens of democracies will still probably be asking in 50 years. Assuming there will still be democracy in 50 years. By the way, this is the last episode of season 1. So, welcome everybody to the finale of my show. If the preparation of next season takes as long as it did for this one, see you all in 2021.
Welcome everybody to EPSN, the European Parliament Sports Network, for what promises to be a once-in-a-lifetime event. Today, member of the European Parliament, Nicos Semsrottt, not so proudly representing the country of Germany, will be attempting the impossible. Something that, in a transparent democracy, should take 2 clicks. He will be trying to find out how he voted. Why, you might ask? Well, let's hear from the man himself.
I thought, if no one is going to pay attention to what I'm doing, I should at least pay attention myself.
What an inspirational display of democratic self-control. Are you listening, kids at home? And now he's off. Hold on to your hats, folks. This is going to be a bumpy ride. And it seems he's already off to a painful start. He's using a search engine that will mine his data and bury him with hoodie advertisements. But he's keeping his eyes on the prize. Look at that focus. And look at that, he's already landed on the Parliament's webpage. Okay, now he's looking around. It seems he's weighing his next move, strategizing. And he sees results of votes and he clicks. Brilliant, maybe he'll pull this off after all. But wait, this is when things get tricky. It turns out it's impossible to look up all of your votes at once. Yes, he's run into the Parliament's legendary defense strategy made to fight off interested citizens. So he'll have to choose just one vote. He better make it count. And it looks like he's going with the one he remembers having any real-world consequences, the one signing off on the Brexit agreement. Now he has to remember the exact date this vote was held. Okay, it seems he remembers it was the end of January. Of course, it was distracting all of Europe when it should have been taking the coronavirus seriously. Okay, now it's a 50-50 guess from here. Was the vote held on a Wednesday or a Thursday? A Wednesday or a Thursday? Just look at our contender. He's frozen with despair. Okay, he clicks on the PDF for Wednesday. Let's see. Looks like we have just nonsense here. That's promising. And wait, I think it is. Yes, of course. It's the legendary withdrawal agreement of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland from the European Union, the European Atomic Energy Community. Now here we go. We're almost there. Wait a minute. There's nothing here, just more nonsense and a plus sign. This must mean that the parliament as a whole voted for the Brexit measure, but that does Nico no good. He's allergic to plus signs, they're just too positive. Uh-oh, and it seems this is the end of the file. Have we reached a dead end? Looking at his face, it seems like he has given up a long time ago. He seems to be fighting the violent urge to close the website and take a nap. But wait, he's moving again. He sees another PDF file. Okay. He clicks. He waits. He opens. And what have we here? It's hard to tell. It's just more words that Nico doesn't understand. But he keeps scrolling. What determination! And would you believe it? That is the name of the Brexit vote again. Yes, that's the one. This might just be the end zone, the treasure chest, the promised land. Okay, it's on page 10. But does he have the strength to make it there? Well, it seems he's going to try. Okay, he's scrolling. Page 4. Page 6. Page 9. Page 10! Is this the real life? Or is this just fantasy? But oh no, there are hundreds of names and Nico doesn't seem to know the Control F function. He must find his political group and then translate that into French. What was the word for green again? Is it bleu? Is it jaune? Focus, Nico. It's vert. You're taking French classes. It's vert. He's found it. Okay, now he just has to look under the minus sign. Yes, there it is. He's getting close. He's almost there. Semsrott, sensational, holy mother von der Leyen, do you hear me? Did you see that? Incredible! And there you have it, folks. Semsrott voted no. That is vintage Semsrott. Nico, what do you have to say to your fans?
Can I take a nap now?
Absolutely not. You have 900 more votes to find.
The representative system of democracy must be working in Europe. Why? Because there are people in parliament who are just like you. Idiots, criminals, liars. Here are the 5 MEPs with the worst backgrounds. Spoiler alert, they all come from the far right. Number 5. Harald Wilimski of Austria. With a long history of anti-Semitic and xenophobic comments, Wilimski's greatest achievement was creating Austria's official worst word of 2005, negative immigration. Also, in an act of courageous idiocy, he had himself shot by a taser gun.
Taser, taser!
He wanted to show that suspected criminals should be tased too. And what did he learn from the experience?
Dass es doch ein bisschen mehr an Schmerz zufügt, als ich eigentlich im Vorfeld gedacht habe.
I'm glad to hear that. Number 4 comes Massimo Casanova. His background is exactly what you would expect from someone named Massimo Casanova. He's the owner of Italy's biggest beach disco. Let's take a look at this fine establishment. What's in that cocktail? You may ask, how did he get from there to the world of politics? Well, sadly, politics came to him. Evidence seems to suggest that Matteo Salvini spends more time at Casanova's club than he does in his office. Time for an honorable mention. Miroslav Radachowski of Slovakia, a former judge who issued his country's final death penalty. Okay, krass. Radachowski had a new role in court after police found 16.8 grams of cocaine and a gun in his car. He appealed repeated guilty verdicts for 12 years. That's almost 1 year per gram of coke, until he was finally declared innocent. As number 3, we have Ioannis Laos from Greece, who is, and I wish this was a joke, a neo-Nazi gang leader. Any photo of him suffices as evidence. But there is also proof that Laos ordered attacks on migrants and trade unionists, as well as the murder of an anti-fascist rapper. This all happened while Laos enjoyed immunity, first as a member of the Greek parliament and now as an MEP. Gangsters like making deals, so I have an offer. I'll very gladly surrender my immunity if he surrenders his. Just please give me some security guards as well. Next, from France comes Mathilde. Well, it's complicated. She's been known as Elsa Vasson, employee of the Front National, Mathilde Androuet, a regular citizen appearing on TV, and Mathilde Pally, an assistant for an MEP. But there's more. Investigators discovered she was a fake assistant who was being paid to work in France for Marine Le Pen's presidential campaign. And what was the consequence? She was chosen to be an MEP, of course. But she's not the only imposter in Parliament, which brings us to number 1, Gunnar Beck of the Alternative für Deutschland. He was listed as a professor on voting lists, until people found out that his official title was reader. This makes a big difference. A professor sounds impressive, but everyone can read, even most AfD politicians. He denied responsibility for the mix-up, saying he never introduces himself as a professor. Can I get a fact check?
Ich bin Professor und Fachanwalt für EU-Recht.
I am Dr. Nico Semsrott, and those were, unfortunately, 5 of my colleagues.
Und nachdem ich dann 2 Stunden lang nicht den Ausgang des Parlaments gefunden habe, hat mir noch jemand erzählt, dass ich als einfacher Europaabgeordneter nirgendwo angeben muss, mit welchen Lobbyisten ich Kontakt habe. Was sagen Sie da, Dr. Schulz? Ich kann mich als einfacher Europaabgeordneter mit allen Lobbyisten treffen, auch im Geheimen, solange sie im Transparenzregister registriert sind? Und ich muss nirgendwo angeben, auf welche Lobby-Events ich gehe? Wie bitte? Das gilt nur fürs Parlament? Der Rat der Europäischen Union hat überhaupt kein Transparenzregister? Die lassen sich von allen möglichen Leuten lobbyieren und keiner bekommt was davon mit? Ja, oh Martin, das kann man wirklich nicht mehr anders nennen. Ich darf doch Martin sagen? Weißt du, ich finde, du bist einer der wenigen hier, die noch Mensch geblieben sind. Im Gegensatz zu den anderen Politikern wirkst du nicht so flach und eindimensional. Du bist immer für mich da. Martin?